News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Authorities on the lookout for a casino robber. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It is Tuesday, November 24th, 2015. Right now we have 24 degrees on the 24th. There you go, 24 degrees, partly cloudy sky, roads mostly bare and dry at this time, but that is going to change as we do have a winter storm warning starting at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Our newscast this morning sponsored by Dig It Excavating, where they bring 30 years of excavation excellence to every job. Visit their website at digitmontana.com. A casino robbery Sunday night as Missoula police searching for leads. Public Information Officer Travis Welsh has more.
Yeah, Sunday night, about 10 o'clock, we have a report of a male entering a casino located in the 1200 block of West Broadway. He handed an employee a note that apparently indicated that he had a firearm and then demanded cash. The male did get cash and left the casino and fled northbound on Burton Street.
The suspect fled on foot, although the suspect had part of his face covered. His eyes were exposed, and investigators are hoping his particular green jacket might be a clue to help find him.
He's described as a white male adult, about 6 feet 2 inches tall. He's said to have average build. He was reported to have dark hair and some facial hair as well. He was wearing a green Carhartt-style jacket with a brown hoodie underneath it, and apparently he was wearing tan pants. Pictures
of the suspect, or photos rather, can be seen on our website at newstalkkgvo.com. You have any information about this suspect, please call Crime Stoppers 721-4444. A fire at Hellgate Forge, part of the old Bonner Mill, was reported just after noon yesterday. Missoula Rural Fire Respondent Deputy Chief Chris Newman described what crews found when they arrived on the scene.
Upon arrival, they did find fire and smoke coming from the building, but quick work by the fire crews on scene knocked the fire down pretty darn quick, and no injuries to civilians or firefighters.
Newman said several agencies responded to the blaze.
Missoula Rural Fire District responded with a battalion chief and 4 engines, and then we were also assisted by East Missoula Fire Department and also Missoula City Fire Department. Missoula Emergency Services, the ambulance was there on standby in case there were any injuries, but fortunately they were not needed.
Newman said he didn't have an estimate of the damages. Federal officials say they'll cancel a long-suspended oil and gas drilling lease near Glacier Park that's on land considered to be sacred to the Blackfeet tribes of the U.S. and Canada. U.S. Department of Interior attorneys disclosed the agency's plans in court documents filed yesterday. The attorneys say the lease was improperly issued, in part because a 1981 environmental study did not consider the effects of drilling on the tribe's religious values. The lease is in the northwestern Montana's Badger II Medicine area, which is the site of the creation story for the tribes. Lease owner Solonex of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, had sued the government in 2013 to force a decision after the dispute dragged on for decades. It could be canceled as early as next month. Last week, many professors from the history and language departments at the University of Montana vented their frustrations over budget cuts and described the administration as, quote, bloated and dishonest, end quote. However, business school professor Dr. Joshua Herbold said those professors don't speak for everyone.
I don't want to make the mistake of speaking for anyone other than myself, but as a faculty member, I think it's important that we as a university react to what's happening in the world around us, and if students are taking more of a course in any field, we need to put some more resources into that, which doesn't mean ignoring everything else, but you have to put the resources where the demand is.
Conversely, Herbold says if students are choosing not to take particular classes, then fewer resources should be devoted to that class. Herbold said the pay for administrators at UM has to be compared with salaries at other schools before those salaries are considered out of bounds.
I think it depends on what you consider out of bounds. For a university president, ours makes less than quite a few of them, even in the area. So not even comparing to Harvard. Of course, Harvard president makes more than the University of Montana president does. But even comparing to the schools in our area, both here and at Montana State, our presidents make less than almost everybody else.
The Faculty Senate of the University of Montana will be meeting today at 4 o'clock in the Skaggs building for what promises to be a weighty discussion about the recent budget cut announcement. A storm moving into Montana and Wyoming is expected to bring snow and strong winds, creating hazardous travel conditions in the days before Thanksgiving. The National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning from 11 a.m. today until 11 o'clock tonight for western Montana and into the central part of the state. Meteorologist Jonathan Suk of Great Falls says 3 to 6 inches of snow will fall at the lower elevations. Gusty winds will reduce visibility to less than a mile and create hazardous wind chill temperatures. The service says the storm's peak will hit central Wyoming between Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Gusting wind and snow could create treacherous driving along Interstate 80. The Weather Service recommends emergency travel only in the areas most affected by the storm. We'll have another report on that in our next newscast. A judge is ordering a Billings tobacco shop to stop operating its machines that allow customers to roll their own cigarettes. The Billings Gazette reports the state's request for a preliminary injunction against B&B Smokes, which operates Smokes for Less, was approved last week. The 8-month-old shop is prohibited from letting customers use its 4 machines to make their own cigarettes. Some shops allow customers to roll their own at a fraction of the cost they would pay for name-brand cigarettes do so to avoid federal taxes. Smokes for Less co-owner Casey Brock says the business shouldn't qualify as a manufacturer because the customers operate the machines themselves. Under Montana law, manufacturers, quote, any person who fabricates tobacco products from raw materials for the purpose of resale, end quote. A Havre High School senior has announced plans to run for the state legislature. Jacob Bachmeyer serves as the vice chairman right now of the Hill County Democratic Party. He says he'll run for the District 28 seat.
I've followed politics since I was about 7 years old, but this is the first time actually running for a state office. I would be the youngest person to not only run for an office in Montana, but actually if I won, I'd be the youngest person to ever hold an office in the United States.
Bachmeyer says he'll be focusing on 4 main issues:
education, public lands, tourism, infrastructure, and protecting the middle class. I think keeping taxes on the middle class low is really important. I also believe that certain programs like Governor Bullock's expanded Medicaid, protecting Medicare, and also protecting Social Security programs just like that, they are extremely important to middle class and working class people.
According to the AP, Bachmeyer will graduate from high school in May and plans to attend MSU Northern for 1 semester while also campaigning for election. Go for it. News Talk time now, 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Rain and snow showers will develop today, becoming all snow a little later this afternoon. Temperatures will start out in the mid to upper 30s, will quickly drop into the teens tonight. We'll see a storm total of 1 to 4 inches. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.